everyone, I'm Dahlia and welcome back to Training Flower. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a spooky ghost cake. This cake is not only spooky, but it is super cute and obviously delicious. So let me take you over all the things that you'll need so we can get started. First off, you'll need an offset spatula, a 6-inch cardboard cake ground, some toothpicks, and a rubber spatula. I also have here a cake turntable and squeeze bottle. Then I have here 3 6-inch chocolate cakes, and I'll leave the recipe link down below so you can go check it out. I've also already leveled these cakes so that they're nice and even on top. And I'll leave a link down below for that as well. Then I have here some chocolate chips, marshmallow fluff, chocolate candy melts, some American buttercream frosting, and I made this with my favorite recipe, so I'll leave a link down below so you can check it out. I have here some heavy whipping cream and some meringues, and I made these meringues in little ghost shapes. We're going to be putting faces on them, but for now, the way that I made these so far is I whipped up some egg whites, sugar, cream of tartar, and vanilla extract in a bowl of an electric mixer fitted with a whisk attachment. Then I beat it for 8 to 10 minutes until stiff peaks formed. At that point, I transferred the mixture to a piping bag fitted with a large circle tip, and then I piped tall mounds of meringue onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. Then I took my finger, dipped into some water, and just smoothed down the top of the meringues. I baked them in the oven at 200 degrees for 2 hours, and then I just shut the oven off and let them sit there overnight. And it's as simple as that. So now that we've gone over everything, let's get started. So the first step is to make the marshmallow fluff buttercream. So I'm going to transfer my regular American buttercream into this bowl of a stand mixer. And if you were doing this at home, you would probably just make your American buttercream in your mixer and then just add the marshmallow fluff straight to it. But I actually prepared my buttercream in advance, so that's why I'm putting it back in. So we're just going to put this all inside. So now add in the marshmallow fluff. I'm going to turn my mixer onto medium-low speed and mix it until everything is combined. So now that this is all mixed together, I'm going to transfer my buttercream back into this bowl here. You could leave it in the mixing bowl, but I'm just going to do this so that's a little bit neater and I'm a little more organized. So just transfer it back in and then we'll continue. So I've melted my candy melt, and now it's time to start making the ghost meringues. So I've got a meringue here, and what I'm going to do is take a toothpick and put some chocolate at the end of it, and then slowly just make 2 eyes and a mouth. So it's basically 2 dots and then 1 dot underneath. So I finished making the meringue ghost, so now it's time to put the entire cake together. So I've got here my cakes. First, I'm going to put a little bit of my icing onto the cardboard cake ground to just secure the cakes down. Then take your first cake and place it on top. So I transferred a little bit of buttercream to a smaller bowl just because you don't want to get any crumbs in this batch of buttercream, so you could get crumbs in the smaller batch. So now we're just going to take off the spatula and smear on some buttercream. And make sure you smear it in an 8 motion so that you don't pick up too many crumbs. Then place on the second layer of cake right on top of the iced piece of cake. And then smear on some buttercream on top. Finally, place the last layer of cake on top, facing downwards so that the bottom is facing up so that you have a super smooth work surface. So now it's time for the crumb coat. We're going to put a really thin layer of icing all around the cake just to lock in any crumbs. So once your cake is fully crumb coated, I'm going to take a cake scraper, and I know I forgot to mention this earlier, but a cake scraper is super important when icing your cake, and you're just going to turn your cake and take off any excess buttercream. And make sure to wipe it off every time that you go around the cake. So the crumb coat is all finished, so now I'm going to get the cake into the fridge for 15 to 20 minutes, just until the icing is set. So I just removed my cake from the fridge, and now it's time to start icing. So I'm going to switch to a bit of a larger offset spatula for this, and we're going to start off on the top and then move down to the sides. And when you're doing this coat, you want to put a really generous amount of icing because you're going to end up just smoothing it out anyways, and a lot of it will end up coming off. So don't worry about putting too much icing at this point. It's better to have more than less. So once the entire cake is iced, just use the cake scraper and go around the cake and smooth it out. So now let's work on the top of the cake. So we're just going to take the cake scraper and drag in the frosting towards the center. Once the cake is iced, you're going to place it back into the fridge for another 15 to 20 minutes to set up. Meanwhile, let's make the chocolate ganache. So I just boiled some heavy cream in the microwave. I microwaved it for about 1.5 minutes. So I'm going to pour my chocolate chips into a medium-sized bowl and then pour over the heavy cream. So we're going to let this sit for about 2 minutes and then I'll whisk it up. So I just wiped out the measuring cup that we used before, and what we're going to do is just transfer all of this back into the measuring cup, and you'll see why in a second. Then we're going to pour half of it into a squeeze bottle, and this is just going to make it really nice when we put it onto the cake. Now it's time to put the chocolate ganache on top. So what we're going to do is pour a little bit into the center and then spread it out. So now we're going to add on the drizzled ganache. So what you want to do is just squeeze a little bit of ganache at the end of the cake and let it go pour down and make lines. And take it off that spatula and just smooth the top out. I'm going to place this back into the fridge for another 20 minutes to set, and then we'll put on the little ghost. So I just took the cake out of the fridge, and now it's time to arrange the mini ghosts on top of it. This is going to seriously be so cute. So we're just going to put them on randomly, and we'll see how it looks. And choose your favorite meringues because you probably won't end up needing all of them. So just choose as many as you like, and whichever ones have the cutest faces. So here's the cake we just made. I am obsessed, and I know I say that I love every single cake that I make, but I seriously love this one. It is so, so cute. You guys have got to give it a try. It's just adorable. You can find the full written recipe on my website. It's trainingflower.com. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel for more videos every week. And I'll see you next time. Bye!